This is Kurt with your Machinery Monday update. Looking at spring planting, a lot of spring planting going on around in the area. Northern Colorado is showing a lot of vegetables going in the ground, and that won't be long for the corn and the sugar beets. Also, that alfalfa hay is looking pretty good in this area as well. So it is springtime in the Rockies, folks. Hey, talk a little bit about auction results here from last week. John Gray down there in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. Chris and Corey Charmerson are your local sales reps on that. That 23 John Deere 6155M mechanical front tractor with the 640R loader only had 18 hours on it. That unit sold for $156,250, and it's staying in Oklahoma. They had a 23 Great Plains 1206 NT no-till grain drill, 28,000. That's also staying in Oklahoma. And then that 21-foot Pisano hydraulic tandem axle trailer, pretty handy little unit there, 22,000, and that's staying in Oklahoma as well. And then we had the equipment for Taylor Implement in Yuma, Colorado. The two Deutz-Fahr 8280 tractors, 91,000 headed to Wyoming, 88,750 headed to Ohio, with some backup bidding going on from Ontario, Canada. The two Honeybee headers averaged 26.5, and they are headed to Kansas. And then the 21st Century had those two 6,000-gallon bulk oil tanks. They average 5,000. One is staying in Colorado, and the other one is headed there to Nebraska. And then the 19 model Chichi Magley mulch layer, 3,300. That is headed to Mexico. Coming up here on this week, folks, on the weekly Wednesday auction, there's 1,095 items from 15 states, from Colorado to Kentucky. NPPD is one of our sellers there. 19 items all located in Nebraska. Is going to be digger derrick trucks. There's going to be bucket trucks. There'll also be pickups with utility beds and some trailers, as well as some vehicles. Also on that Wednesday auction this week, Evolution Power Sports up there in Watertown, South Dakota. Dalton Stack is your local sales rep on that. There's going to be side-by-sides and four-wheelers. And then also on the Wednesday sale, there's going to be 5 wheel loaders featuring a 21 John Deere 624L in Nebraska. And then also an 09 John Deere 524K in Nebraska selling. There's going to be 7 truck tractors. There's going to be a 19 Kenworth T680 tandem axle in Illinois. And there'll be a 96 Kenworth T800. That is in Kentucky. And hey, take a look at this. There's a 1975 Peterbilt 352 cab over tandem axle. That is in Indiana. Also on that weekly Wednesday auction, the Jerebeck Family Farms Incorporated in Farewell, Nebraska. Ryan Harbour is your local sales rep there. They're going to have a 2015 Wilson Silver Star spread axle cattle pot. There'll be a 13-hull tandem axle end-up trailer and an 05 Heston 9260 self-propelled swather. And then take a look at this. There's going to be a 1983 John Deere 4450 two-wheel drive power shift tractor. Talking about sold results, as always, you can always go to the Big Iron site. You can log in with 800,000 of your other best friends, and you can find the sale results from each and every auction that we conduct. We are nearing the end of May listing period, so if you have equipment you want to get on, I invite you to get a hold of your local sales rep, get it on the May auctions, and then we'll also be booking into June. Coming into May, we're going to have a recreation-focused type auction, so if you have any boats, campers, ATVs, any of the fun stuff that you use all summer, have a little focus coming on that last auction there in May to highlight your equipment on that. Folks, that's all there is for now. Keep on keeping on.